Today we're sitting down on the porch with Theresa, a QHS member whose life is as heartwarming as a home-cooked meal. What paths did she follow to get to where she is today? Let's take a stroll down memory lane and see what's been cooking behind the scenes.
Hi, I'm Theresa, and I've been a caregiver for my daughter Catherine for the past 22 years. I have two children. I have a son who's 26 and a daughter 22. When she entered puberty about 10 years ago, things got very difficult. She was diagnosed with autism at 3 years old. But at puberty, she developed OCD, tinnitus, tics, seizures, insomnia, and I believe the seizures probably led to her loss of the ability to swallow. So she got a G-tube, and now we blend all of her meals and feed them to her through a G-tube. I would love her and would do anything for my children and her, but the stress of caring for her has affected my health. I have digestive issues, hypothyroidism, back problems, stiff tendons, pelvic prolapse, prediabetes, and inflammation. So why am I joining QHS, or why have I joined QHS? It's because we are looking for a miracle for my daughter, a do-over for our family. We looked to regular doctors, and they haven't been able to provide us with what we're looking for true healing. So we're here looking for that chance to be truly healed and to live the life that I believe God intended for us. I grew up in the cornfields of Central Ohio, north of Columbus, where it's all nice and flat. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and it was a very small town atmosphere. I grew up near small towns, although I was in the country. We had a lot of independence, and I would cycle wherever I wanted to go, because until I got old enough to drive. My mom was my 6th grade teacher, and family was nearby, so it was all very small town atmosphere. I was very successful academically. My mom encouraged it, being a teacher, and I did well in school and earned scholarships to pay for college. I had divorced parents and visited, along with my older brother, my dad every other weekend, and his second wife and their family, and that definitely had an impact on my older brother and I. I was really into food, and when I was young, I liked the 4-H projects that involved making meals and snacks and things like that. And when I was a teenager, I was really into exercise and diet. Did the Jane Fonda album and all that. But when I got into junior high, it was really hard to adjust socially. Even though I did well academically, I didn't feel secure, and I was very unsure of myself against all these new people I didn't know. And I became anorexic and had some issues, lost some weight. My mom helped me gain it back. And then I had other health issues on and off once in a while. I had bronchitis. Sometimes, in the winter, my parents smoked until I was 13, so I'm sure that was a factor in it. I also had fangs, and my teeth were crowded, so I had some teeth pulled and braces that moved my teeth really fast. I had my adenoids removed for this as well. And I also had painful periods. They were so painful, I would scream. But then when I lost weight, I discovered that I felt better, and I didn't have that. So I learned to keep my weight down to avoid that. I was able to attend church in my high school years and had the benefit of a minister there who was very good with the youth. We had all kinds of activities, all kinds of fundraisers, work missions. I felt like that was my haven. I felt very comfortable, and I felt myself in that kind of a setting. Then I went on to college, and it was really hard. I didn't have any peers that went with me to the same college, or at least that I knew of. And I ate horribly, and I developed bulimia, where I would gorge myself on pancakes or something and then throw it up. And I knew it wasn't the right thing to do, and that was something I did on and off for the first year or two. I felt very lost, like a ship with no anchor, and it was hard. So in my second year, I met my husband. I had been looking for part-time jobs to have a little extra spending money, and he just became my anchor. He was just, and he still is wonderful as far as being my anchor. I changed my degree in college, and I also broke bones in college. It was the first time I'd ever broken bones. I broke my heel, and I broke my kneecap while in college. And I also ended up on birth control to help with my cramps. When I started work, I only worked for about 7.5 years. That wasn't my intention. I thought I would have some kids and then go back to work, but I worked for 7.5 years, going from entry level up to managing what we had back then, a Y2K project, before having my first child. And I just did not want to have anybody else looking after my child. So I thought, well, I'll stay home with my child for a couple of years and then I'll go back. So I loved being a mom. I had stayed home, and I got a real estate license, looked into being a real estate appraiser. My husband and I started investing in real estate. He was really good at fixing them up. So we kind of had this thing going where we thought, hey, we could be real estate investors. I got into fitness and all that. And then things kind of changed. My daughter was diagnosed with autism. My Achilles ruptured when I was doing Taekwondo. So I was realizing, okay, I have limits health-wise with what I can accomplish. My daughter definitely has limits. And the whole direction changed for our family. We didn't keep up with the real estate, and we started focusing more on Catherine's health. So, she had a lot of issues, and we can talk about that in her particular video, because she will have her own video. But they were very, very severe, and my focus became about helping her in her health problems. I not only helped her physically and with her health problems, but I also got active politically, and was attended an event where RFK Jr. spoke back in 2008 in Washington at a GreenR Vaccines event, and I also was involved with helping in our state stop the elimination of vaccine waivers, which they were trying to remove before COVID hit in 2020. So it really took me in a different direction to be involved with my daughter and her health issues. And then 10 years ago, when things got very severe for her, and we started doing again what we needed to do to help her, and really intensely focusing on helping her feel better, I started experiencing my own health issues. My back started going out, and if my back went out, it's like a nerve got pinched or something, but I would be laid up for like 3 days with my back being out. I couldn't exercise as I did before because I got all kinds of inflammation after my exercise, and it really hurt. My stiffening, if that's a word, my stiff tendons also made it hard. I mean, even just to walk. I mean, if they started to get aggravated, I knew that was a sign that I needed to lay back on the walking a little bit, so that I didn't overdo it with my tendons. I had to keep eliminating more foods because certain foods would cause inflammation in my arms and legs and hips and things like that. So I had to eliminate those. And with the pelvic prolapse, it affected my bladder and my ability to do all those functions. So my health has just been deteriorating. Recently I just found out I'm pre-diabetic and all that too, so it just has gone downhill. But I've noticed with the QT wave, some things have improved, and I have been able to exercise more, and I'm just slowly really starting to feel better. So I've been very thankful for the QT wave. So why did I join QHS? Well, I joined with the hope that this would be the healing technology we have been looking for. To have a chance for my child, Catherine, to heal, and myself as well. That'll help us hopefully make up for some of the lost time that we've had just trying to help her get through life, or every day in her life, and us as well. So there's nothing I want more for Catherine than to lead a healthy, independent life, and that's why I'm here at QHS. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what happens. I've been looking at this for quite a while now, and we have a lot of hope that things are going to turn out well for Catherine and for our family as a result as well. So I'm very thankful to QHS, and we're very excited for our future.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.